David Lynch was born in 1946 in the small town of Missoula, Montana, to a family that moved frequently across the American Northwest. His childhood was marked by a sense of suburban normalcy that often hid a darker reality beneath the surface of white picket fences. These early years shaped his unique perspective on the world around him as he began to notice the strange and unsettling details of everyday life in small towns across the country. Lynch pursued his passion for art and painting at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts in Philadelphia during the late 60s. This city had a profound impact on his creative soul, due to its industrial decay and the constant threat of violence in the streets. He described Philadelphia as a place of fear and tension, which became a major source of inspiration for his early work. The dark atmosphere of the city fueled his desire to create moving paintings. His transition into filmmaking began with short experimental projects that eventually led to his first feature film titled Eraserhead. The production of this movie was a long and difficult journey that lasted several years due to a lack of funding and resources. Lynch lived on the set and worked tirelessly to bring his disturbing vision to life in a world of industrial nightmares. This period was one of great personal struggle, but it also defined his surreal style. During the making of his first film, Lynch was also navigating the complexities of young parenthood and a crumbling marriage. The birth of his daughter Jennifer, who was born with club feet, added a layer of personal anxiety and physical trauma to his daily existence. These experiences of fear and domestic pressure are deeply embedded in the themes of his early work. He channeled his inner turmoil into the strange and haunting imagery of the film for the world. After the cult success of his debut, Lynch was unexpectedly hired by Mel Brooks to direct The Elephant Man in London. This project was a major shift from his experimental roots into a more traditional narrative structure, but it still retained his signature focus on the human condition. The story of John Merrick allowed Lynch to explore themes of physical deformity and societal cruelty. It was a critical triumph that earned several nominations at the Academy Awards. The next phase of his career brought a significant trauma in the form of the massive science fiction project known as Dune. This big-budget production was plagued by studio interference and a loss of creative control that devastated Lynch emotionally. The failure of the film was a public humiliation that left him feeling deeply scarred and betrayed by the industry. He vowed never again to work on a project where he did not have the final cut or total control. In the wake of his failure, Lynch returned to his roots and created Blue Velvet, which is now considered one of the greatest films ever made. This movie allowed him to explore the dark underbelly of American suburban life once again with total creative freedom. It was a radical departure from mainstream cinema, and it solidified his reputation as a master of the surreal. The film was an artistic rebirth that helped him heal from the trauma of his previous big budget. The early 90s saw Lynch revolutionize the world of television with the creation of Twin Peaks, along with Mark Frost. The show became a global phenomenon and brought his strange sensibilities into the living rooms of millions of people. It blended soap opera tropes with surreal horror and a murder mystery that captivated audiences everywhere. However, the pressure from the network to reveal the killer prematurely caused a significant creative rift for him. The forced resolution of the central mystery in Twin Peaks was a source of great frustration and trauma for Lynch as an artist. He felt that the magic of the show was lost when the secret was revealed too early against his wishes. This experience reinforced his distrust of television executives and their commercial interests. He eventually returned to the world of Twin Peaks with a prequel film that was misunderstood by critics and audiences at the time. Throughout the 90s, Lynch continued to push the boundaries of cinema with films like Lost Highway, which explored fractured identities and cyclical nightmares. These works were often met with confusion, but they reflected his ongoing fascination with the hidden parts of the human psyche. His personal life was also a journey of searching as he looked for deeper meaning in the chaos of existence. He turned to transcendental meditation as a way to find peace and light. At the turn of the millennium, Lynch created what many believe to be his masterpiece with the film Mulholland Drive. Originally intended as a television pilot, the project was rejected by the network and left in limbo for a long time. This rejection was another obstacle that Lynch turned into an opportunity by transforming the material into a feature film. The movie explores the dark side of Hollywood dreams and the trauma of failure in the film industry. With the release of Inland Empire, Lynch moved away from traditional film and began working almost exclusively with digital video. This shift allowed him more freedom to experiment with textures and sound design in ways that were previously impossible. The 3-hour-long film was a challenging experience for viewers and was produced over several years without a traditional script. It was a testament to his commitment to the process of discovery and his art. A major part of his journey has been his dedication to transcendental meditation, which he has practiced daily for many decades. Lynch has stated that this practice saved him from the depression and anger that could have destroyed his creative career. He founded a foundation to bring meditation to schools and at-risk populations around the world. For Lynch, the pursuit of inner peace is just as important as the creation of art in his long and varied life journey. Like many great artists, Lynch has dealt with the trauma of losing close friends and longtime collaborators over the years. The deaths of actors like Jack Nance and musicians like Angelo Badalamenti have been deep blows to his emotional world. These people were not just colleagues, but members of his creative family who helped him bring his visions to life. Their absence is felt in his later works, which often carry a sense of melancholy and finality. In 2017, Lynch made a triumphant return to the world of television with Twin Peaks: The Return, which he directed in its entirety. This 18-hour epic was a radical experiment that challenged all the conventions of modern storytelling and television. It was a culmination of his entire career and allowed him to finally finish the story on his own terms. The project was a massive undertaking that required years of intense labor and total focus. In recent years, Lynch has faced a new kind of trauma in the form of serious health challenges related to his lungs. He was diagnosed with emphysema after a lifetime of smoking, which has limited his ability to travel or visit film sets. This diagnosis has been a difficult adjustment for a man who has always been so active in his creative pursuits. He now spends most of his time at home, where he continues to work on various art projects and music recordings. The period of the global pandemic added another layer of isolation to his life, as he had to be extremely careful due to his respiratory condition. During this time, he started a daily weather report on his YouTube channel, which became a source of comfort for many fans. This small act of connection showed his enduring desire to engage with the world, even when confined to his home. He found beauty in the simple routine of checking the sky and sharing it online. Lynch believes that ideas are like fish and that an artist must be patient and quiet to catch the big ones in the deep water. His approach to creativity is one of total surrender to the subconscious mind, where logic and reason have no place. This philosophy has allowed him to create some of the most enduring and haunting images in cinema history. He encourages others to find their own creative voice and to never be afraid of the strange or the unknown. For David Lynch, the world remains a place of profound mystery and wonder that can never be fully explained or understood. He rejects the need for clear answers and instead invites his audience to experience the mystery along with him. This comfort with ambiguity is a central part of his artistic identity and his way of coping with the traumas of existence. He sees the dark and the light as two parts of the same whole that must be embraced. As he enters the later stages of his life, the legacy of David Lynch is one of uncompromising artistic integrity and vision. He has remained true to his unique voice despite the pressures of the industry and the many challenges he has faced. His work continues to inspire new generations of filmmakers and artists who seek to explore the depths of the human experience. David Lynch remains a true original whose influence on the culture will be felt for decades.